A year and a half momentum of power with my 100-pound Zepbound weight loss journey. Hi friends, I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping. I'm super excited today on today's show to dive in being on a Zepbound for the past year and a half and some momentum and powerful tips that I wish I had starting Zepbound 2.5 milligrams. If you're just starting, or if you've been in this game for a hot second, if you've been in a year and a half or 2 years, some of you guys are even ahead of me on being on GLP-1 medications. If we don't know each other, I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping. Welcome to my channel. I have lost over currently 90 pounds on my weight loss journey. Let me go ahead and show you a little of what I looked like before and then now for people who don't know me. Morbidly obese to now losing 90 pounds on my 100-pound weight loss journey. I am a turtle. If you can relate, tell me turtle in the comments. And on today's episode, I want to dive in. I want to dive into this 100-pound Zepbound year and a half. It's been a year and a half. It's been, I can't believe it. I've literally been on, started off on Mounjaro because of the Mounjaro shortage, Zepbound, because of the Zepbound shortage, now on tirzepatide compound. And hopefully we'll get back onto the Zepbound here, a brand name, in a little bit. But what I want to focus on today's episode is a three-prong approach for my Zepbound weight loss journey, and hopefully my experience, strength, and hope will help you on your weight loss journey. In my group, we have been talking about a $1,000 weight loss challenge. Stay till the end and you can hear all about it. I have a free encouragement group and we got $1,000 up for grabs, but there's a twist on it that we'll talk about too. So let's dive in. For the first component, this, by the way, is relating to the $1,000 weight loss journey. Okay, we'll come back to that. Hopefully that wets your whistle to stay till the end. Changes in my brain for my brain to catch up. I think with this momentum that I have, like thinking like a steam engine, a locomotive going, building up that power, I think one thing that has propelled me forward, but also somewhat held me back in my weight loss journey has been my brain has been slow. I mentioned I was a turtle. Slower to catch up to the changes that my body's making. For example, we just got back from vacation. We were vacationing for the last 2 weeks. If you want how I got my tan face glow, I'll make sure I link it down in the description link below. But I wore shorts. These are shorts. Some of you be like, who cares if you wear shorts? I haven't worn shorts in 2 decades. Literally since my 20s, I'm now in my 40s, and I flippin' wore shorts. Like, what? Who is this? And here's why. In my group, we started talking about people. So someone had said when we talk about victories and encouragement in my free encouragement group, there's thousands of us. And someone had mentioned that they had worn shorts. And it made me question myself of, why haven't I worn shorts? When I was on my weight loss, I mean, not when, I'm still currently, nothing's changed on that. When I was, 90 pounds more morbidly obese, I wouldn't wear shorts. I wouldn't wear shorts out of embarrassment. I didn't want to show my cellulite and like the chafing, like just the physical component of it, of like that friction, there was friction going on there. And so someone had said, oh, I'm wearing shorts. And I'm like, well, it made me question myself of why am I not wearing shorts? And so I bought a pair. I'll link everything, by the way, down on the description link below. And they fit really well. And I was like, maybe I'll just wear these with my family. And so we went for a bike ride, my family and I, when we were at the beach. This is me wearing them for like the first time. And we went for a bike ride and I'm like, I'll wear the shorts. No one's really gonna see me. We're gonna be biking along. It'll be kind of through the woods. No one's really gonna see me, but I'm gonna wear shorts. I loved it. And I was like, why did I wait this long to wear shorts? And granted, this weight loss journey has been a hot minute to get to, but the point that I'm trying to make here is wearing shorts for me is somewhat of a metaphor of these false belief systems that I had of that I can't do certain things. And that GLP-1 medication, and one of the things on my weight loss journey is I can do stuff. I can wear shorts now. I can do stuff, and I physically can do stuff too, which I'm gonna talk about more later on. That's going to be one of our third prongs, is talking about the physical component of it. But questioning my belief system on this for my brain to catch up, because my brain is not yet there. And I've had to work with a therapist on this. I still continue to, because obviously one does not get 100+ pounds overweight without having some disordered eating and healing thus that's needed with that, in my humble opinion. And so I've been questioning my belief system quite a bit, actually, of why am I doing things? Is it because I'm in my 40s and I see down the gauntlet of like retirements coming up and having elderly parents that now have really, elderly parents that are getting sick and things like that? Questioning my belief systems, is that part of it? Maybe. But really, truly, even down to our finances. And one of the things with my brain thinks is like, why can't I do stuff with my job? I'm like, why can't I do this stuff? Why can't I, for example, I'm an executive producer, video marketing strategist for my job. Why can't I fly into a town, stay there, have a 2-hour meeting and fly home? Why can't I do that? Like, why can't I do that? If I have childcare set up for my 8-year-old son, if I have these certain things, that would not have happened had it not been for GLP-1 medication, breaking these false beliefs, because the biggest juggernaut for me has been my weight. And many of you can relate to this. Super successful in all aspects of my life with my job, my husband, my kid, my home life, like very successful in those arenas, but cannot get this juggernaut of my whole life of this chronic obesity management. And so my brain is still slow in catching up. I'm very much working on it. Even down to our finances, my husband has me listening to a great book on Audible. I'll link it down in the description link below on finances. And it's not on like tactile, like finances of like Dave Ramsey or Susie Orman or stuff like that. It's more on like the philosophy of it. It's the psychology of money. And so that has me also questioning finance, like I'm questioning a lot of stuff. And so this brain component of it's not just the physical component, but it's also the mental component of my brain, and the way that I'm making decisions has completely changed. Thus the metaphor for the shorts, which are cuter than cute, by the way. They're super cute. And the fabric on them is nice. It's not like spandex. It's like, I don't want to wear spandex or like yoga pants or whatever. It has like elastics to it. So that's number one for me. Number two of this momentum and like pushing powerful momentum to move forward faster, better, stronger. And for me, faster, better, stronger is 1 to 2 pounds of weight loss per week. And even if that's a half a pound of weight loss, like I said, I'd rather have that, because losing too much weight too quickly, I already have loose skin. I'm like, I'm good on the loose skin. Let's pause on that. I don't want more. So losing, even if it's a half a pound a week, is really good for me. So changes, the next thing is changes in my food. Eli Lilly, the manufacturer of Zepbound, tells us we have to make lifestyle changes, permanent lifestyle changes with food and with physical activity. And so food, that has dramatically changed. Costco, I placed an order on Instacart, which, by the way, Costco has right now discount Instacart gift cards. You can only get 2 per account, but they're like $80 for a $100 Instacart gift card. I digress. By the time you see this, it may be gone. It may have been a promotion that was just special for the week or whatever. But so I ordered my Instacart order, got my Costco stuff, and here's what. Structuring my meals. And if you don't have, by the way, my free meal plan, get it. It's dietitian created. I didn't create it. I paid a dietitian to create it. Actually paid $500 for it. So I can own the licensing rights to give it to you for free. It's a full week's shopping list, meal plan, plus a shopping list, plus the protein recipes on there. But so that was the basis of figuring out my food. But from like Costco, for example, I ordered a ton of meat and a ton of vegetables and a ton of fruit. When we were on vacation at the beach, I just wanted to go to the fruit stand. There was a fruit stand near where we were. I could ride my bike with my little basket of fresh fruit each day. That had never had happened like that, of where I was so excited for the fruit. And yes, I did gain quite a bit of weight on vacation. Yes, I did. But pre-ordering from Costco my food, I had gotten, and this is breaking these kind of like false limiting belief systems. I was telling one of my besties, my dear friend David, I'm like, I'm having such an issue with eating chicken. I know I need to eat chicken because it's a lean protein. It's a lean protein, and it's lower in calories, and to be in a calorie deficit moving forward, because I'm on Zepbound 15 milligrams, the tirzepatide compound, the highest dose, 15 milligrams of Zepbound. I don't have the appetite suppression I once had, so I'm really leaning into making these permanent food changes. One of them is I know I'm supposed to eat chicken, or it's one of the, not supposed to, but it's one of the easier lean proteins. I can't always have like seafood, for example. So I can't get over raw chicken. I just can't. And my friend's like, why don't you just buy prepackaged chicken then for now? Maybe in a few months you'll change your mind on that. But for the interim, why don't you just buy prepackaged chicken? Costco has those Kevin meals and Amy Lou that have less preservatives. Like, they're a healthier option of prepackaged meals with cleaner ingredients in them and things that you can pronounce in them. And I'm like, why don't I do that? So that's what I did. Literally, I just ordered these Amy Lou and Kevin meatballs and chicken, a cilantro lime chicken in there, and then another type of chicken dish and chicken sausage. And they're super, it's like 180 calories, 20 plus grams of protein, like that plus, and they're all at Costco, by the way, that plus veggies. I just got all my veggies at Costco. I live here in rural Virginia, so I can easily get veggies, but our Costco produce is the best. So having that, and then also protein shakes has been my other big thing. Great discussion in my group about this too. I tried doing my meal plan without having protein shakes. In fact, I was very adamant. I didn't want protein shakes, protein bars. I wanted all food, food, food. And I'm completely on that bandwagon. I would prefer to have, like, air quote, real food. However, I could not hit my 100 to 120 grams of protein per day goal. And this is trial and error. And this is one of the reasons why I go back to questioning things of, I question, well, why can't I do 100 to 120 grams of protein? Why don't I start with trying to hit 80 grams of protein per day? And I realized I was falling so short of that. I had to have a protein supplement to help me with it. And that started off with using the Ninja Creamy, using one of those to make protein shakes. If you guys haven't seen, I have a whole recipe on countessofshopping.com, a ton of free stuff on that. But like, why don't I make my own protein ice cream? And so last summer, hardcore into that to get my protein in. I'll link down below my countessofshopping.com recipe for that. But I have really evolved into trying several different protein shakes. I love Biocare. I'll link those down below. I've got a discount code QUEEN with those two. They're made specifically for people on tirzepatide and semaglutide, 20 plus grams of protein. But I've also tried other things. Many of you guys asked me, what about plant-based protein? And I'm like, what about it? So I try, and I love Bioptimizers. Their discount code is also QUEEN as well. I'll link that down in the description link below. This has in there 23 grams of protein for the 2 scoops in there. I'm not a crazy chocolate lover. The Biocare, they have chocolate and then like a fruit one. I like the fruit one a little bit better. But this one I have, and I added into it their salted caramel with their collagen. Oh my gosh. You can add this in your coffee, by the way. It's so good. And the point of why I'm sharing these products is not to product push on you, but to help expand and give you options to help with things you may not have thought of. Things you may not have even thought of. Like, I just didn't even know on this 1.5 year of momentum with my Zepbound weight loss, I just didn't even know these things were possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, just changing those belief systems of, well, then have a protein shake. If that gets me to my protein goals, which helps me with muscle mass loss and helps me stay fuller longer, why would I not do that? Why would I not do that? And it's helping and it's working and it's really, really helpful with the appetite suppression. And I'm so grateful I've tried these other things. The third one was, by the way, if you didn't see my GNC video, the French vanilla. I really like the GNC's one on that. I don't have a discount code for that, but actually I might. I'll link it down in the description link below. And many of you guys have asked, like, where is the description? YouTube has changed. You have to click the ... more button to get to the description twice. So here's the second time. You got to click it and then click it again to see all of my links. I have so many free resources down in that description link too. The third thing of my 1.5 years of powerful momentum on Zepbound weight loss, on my 100-pound Zepbound weight loss journey, is working out. One of the first things that had dawned on me as a paradigm shift was when I was out at the Oprah show. Here's me. Oh no, that wasn't it. It was this. This is me on the Oprah show. You'll notice sitting next to me, so that's me talking to Oprah when I was on her Shame, Blame, Weight Loss Revolution in March of 2024. There's a blonde woman to my right. That is my friend, Dr. Lynn Neiman. She came with me. She was one of my guests. I was like, come with me. She came with me, and she had asked when we got there, we got to the Beverly Hills Wilshire, and she's like, do you want to go work out? And I'm like, it had never dawned on me to go work out on a trip. Like, I was like, what? I was like, are you serious right now? I was like, you don't want to go like to Beverly? We ended up seeing Usher when we went to the Beverly Hills Wilshire for lunch or whatever. But after we had lunch, she's like, do you want to go work out? And I'm like, what? We just ate lunch. Like, it just didn't even dawn on me. And I was like, well, I didn't bring workout clothes. Like, that's where I'm like, she's like, oh, you didn't pack workout clothes? I'm like, I didn't bring workout clothes, but I'll go for a walk. So we walked all around Rodeo Drive, walk. And it was awesome. It was awesome. And I went back, took a little shower, even though I was in like my jeans. So I was wearing jeans at that point. But that was a couple months ago. But the point I'm trying to make of sharing that story is it hadn't even dawned on me about working out. And so this was the third one of like, if you've seen Dr. Lynn Neiman, go check out her YouTube channel too. She's so physically fit and physically active. She takes great, like, she lifts, she's such an inspiration to me. And it hadn't even dawned on me these things of like, oh, lifting's just part of her routine. And I was talking to her about, I was like, well, when do you work out? And like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I feel so turtle, going back to that turtle thing. Like, I just feel very slow and I don't know some of these things. And so I'm sharing that story with you. I'm being really vulnerable and authentic, of sounding like kind of like a nitwit, but I just didn't know. And so it's been questioning these belief systems. I started off this whole journey a year and a half ago being like, I'm lifting, I'm lifting, I'm lifting. We have a gym in our house. And I say that with great privilege and understanding that that is a very much a privilege to have an amazing gym in my home. But I had such resistance to going to the gym in my house. And I just wouldn't. And it was been months of me not lifting. I had bought the Beyond Body book, which I liked, but I had put in there not to have like my knees crack sometimes. And so they didn't seem to honor that request, and they still had like deep lunges and not having modifications. So that was one of the reasons why I don't use that anymore and why I don't really recommend it anymore. I'm like, well, they didn't take into account after I went through it, all of my stuff that was in the pre-questionnaire. It just seemed generic. So anyways, I didn't start lifting. So a group member, I was walking and really focusing on walking, Mr. Freddie. Totally content with that, but knowing I'm having muscle mass loss, we have to, in general, as men and women, as we get older, lift. Like, we have to, just that component, and take out GLP-1 medication. And so that, coupled with losing weight, not just with GLP-1 medication, but with any sort of WEGOVY weight loss, tirzepatide weight loss, semaglutide weight loss, any sort of weight loss, we're going to have muscle mass loss. And that could be across, if you lost 100 pounds on Atkins, it's the same thing, muscle mass loss with weight loss. And so combating that with lifting, I knew I had to. So one of my group members in my free encouragement group was like, I'm doing wall Pilates. I'm like, what is wall Pilates? It's Pilates, but with the wall. There is a great YouTuber who does senior wall Pilates. It's the craziest workout. I was so sore after doing it. I did it in my home, and I did that for a while, weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And I loved it, and I loved the workouts. And I really, quite frankly, enjoyed Pilates quite a bit. Didn't see myself as a Pilates person. Well, guess what? Yesterday, I went to an actual Pilates studio. I am so sore right now. I went on the reformer. That's like the machine that you use where you like spread your legs wide and do these, you do these arm things. My legs lifting around with the little, I don't know, cables that are on them. You know what I'm talking about? I would never have done that. Even 6 months ago, it wouldn't have even dawned on me. But this workout component of breaking these false belief barriers, it started off with walking Mr. Freddie, my dog. Then it evolved to wall Pilates. Then it evolved to lifting. I do have a lifting program I like. I have been using Dig Deeper by Sean, what's his name? That's the lifting, many of you guys have asked. I've been using also that lifting program. I love it. It's in my home gym. I can do it, but you use actual weights, which I love. It's a hardcore workout. I was worried I was going to injure myself, and it's been great for me. But obviously, talk to your doctor first. And again, always talk to your own healthcare provider about anything I've talked about in this video. Don't take it as medical advice. So going to this Pilates class, I'm like, oh my gosh, I did it. Yesterday, I felt such a sense of pride. I'm so sore today, but I felt so good about myself. Like, I did it. I did it. I went to Pilates. I did this on my Zepbound weight loss journey, 90 plus pounds down. I'm breaking these false belief barriers. I'm doing things physically I never thought I would do. And that, my friends, is the permanent lifestyle changes that Eli Lilly has been talking about, of starting off small, walking. And that, for me, also, that's the other thing my husband and I were just talking about. I'm not going to stop walking. Walking's so easy. Fancy gyms, finances for fancy gyms, paying for stuff. Walking is cheap, free, and easy. You can walk up and down the stairs in your apartment complex. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can walk in your home. You can, if you are able to get a walking pad. Like, walking is the easiest thing. It's free. If it's contingent upon the weather, then do it in your home. Like, I walked up and down our stairs and just kind of walked around our house sometimes when it's too much of inclement weather. It takes away from me the excuses. So walking, and then I felt really confident with that. I built up to doing 3 miles a day of walking. I've not gotten my walk in yet today. It's very hot outside. See, there's excuses within that. I will get my walking done though today. I'm not lifting because I went to Pilates yesterday. And guess what I'm doing tomorrow? Pilates. And I invited a friend with me. My dear friend is going to come with me before we go to church, and we're going to do Pilates. And my husband's like, are you worried about stinking at church? And I'm like, I don't care. Jesus understands I'm going to be a stinky. all the church said amen. She smells. No, I'm just kidding. So breaking these false belief barriers, but it all was an evolution. I didn't start it off doing Pilates. I didn't start off lifting. I started off small with just walking. And so for you, and we've talked about this a lot in my free encouragement group, of people are like, I physically can't do stuff. And I'm like, great, well, what can you do? You know what my hot husband does? Chair yoga. Chair yoga. Like, do what you can do. Do what you are able to do. Do what you can do. Not what you can't do, but what you can do, being solution focused and solution oriented, and not focusing in on the negative, I can't do this, I can't do it. Like, no, let's break those false belief barriers. Let's move forward with a new lifestyle. The gift for me. And I say that along too, because many of you guys, like, it makes me cry thinking about it. I hate getting emotional on camera, but it makes me cry for our community of how grateful I am for you. If you've made it this far in the video, I appreciate you so much. And in our group, people have also questioned me on things that I think and believe too, and I appreciate that in a loving, respectful, kind way, not in like a mean way, of like, well, why am I doing certain things? And I really appreciate and value that, of like, well, why am I not lifting? Someone was asking, this was like, I don't know, like 8 months ago, Elizabeth, why are you not lifting? And I'm like, there's stuff that needs to be continue to be healed on this journey. And what a journey it's been, like going back over to this woman that I was when I first started a year and a half ago, how broken I felt and how sad I was that that was my life, and also how I had kind of accepted it. I'm gonna die young. I'm gonna look this way. I'm gonna continue to have physical joint issues, stomach issues, be really, really depressed. And that's not my life anymore. It's not my life anymore, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for that, and I get really emotional about this, and I try just to let it come when it comes, because my life has changed so quickly, and I think that's one of these things, if my brain hasn't caught up, of my life was so different a year and a half ago, and it's so different to what it is now. And where is it gonna be in a year and a half from now, you know? I don't know. I hope that it continues to get better, because I was in such pain for so long, being morbidly obese for a long, long time, and fighting it. And then I think the biggest thing was when I was here on YouTube and I talked about keto and low carb, and many of you know me from that, and I gained it all back, and the shame and the guilt and the condemnation I felt like such a loser, such a loser. When the pandemic hit, it all came back. I couldn't hold like the damn gates back anymore of like losing that weight. And so to have something that works, what a gift. I don't want to waste this. I don't want to waste it at all. The year and a half, this last year and a half has been the best year and a half of my life. I feel like I've been truly a second chance at life. And like, what do I want to do? Where do I want to travel? My husband and I were just booking travel plans. We're going to go do a bunch of trips. And many of you guys know I talk about one of my biggest goals is to get back on a horse. I want to make sure I don't hurt them, the horse. And so you have to be a certain weight to be able to get on horses. And so now having that conversation of like, okay, let's book a horse trip. My 8-year-old son, the Duke, rides, and so like he does jumps and things, or he's starting to learn how to do jumps and things like that. And I really want to get back into riding a horse. I really, really want to get back to that. I used to love doing that when I was younger, in my 20s and in college. I used to love to ride. Whew. And I really want to get back into doing that. And so I hope when I've been a year and a half of momentum, I hope at my 2-year momentum update that I can say I'm back to horseback riding. I pray that that is what happens to me. But part of this is the weight loss has slowed down. And so accepting that component of it too, of being a year and a half on this, that it's going to take some more time, and it's going to take some more time to keep pushing. And so anyways, no, I want to stop crying. It's like now I'm like leaking. I'm leaking now. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. We do a little thing here at Countess of Shopping where we put an emoji down at the bottom. And that tells me that you made it this far in the video. If you have, today's emoji is going to be spirit fingers. It's going to be like a high five. You can put that down below. I will also, when I see that, I will pray over you. If you don't believe in prayer, I'll uplift you in positive thought. And your accountability question is, what are you doing today to move you closer to your goals? What are you doing today? If you want all of my free resources, make sure you snag those down in the description link. Click that ... more button, and then you got to click it again twice. There's that more. It's a hyperlink. And Amazon, or not Amazon, YouTube has changed where it is. YouTube has changed where it is. Many of you asked how to support our channel simply by, if you choose to get any of the products I've mentioned, great. If you don't, great. I have more free stuff than I have paid stuff. So get all the free stuff, the free meal plan, the free group, the free blog on countessofshopping.com, the free encouragement email list that I do, which is going to come out today too. And the $1,000 challenge that I talked about is in my free encouragement group with Miss Wilma or Winnie. Winnie was dumped at a animal shelter, and the animal shelter, my husband and I work with a lot of animal shelters here in Virginia. And they know to call us if they need something financial. Call us, we'll help. Called, got a call, hey, we don't need financial help, but she was dumped here. Well, she does need financial help, but she was dumped here. And so I decided in my free encouragement group, this is Miss Winnie and there's Mr. Freddie. I decided that we would do a $1,000 giveaway challenge that I would give to the animal rescue to support its Great Pyrenees Rescue here in Virginia. That we would give $1,000 to them to help with some of their other Great Pyrenees. And you had to do certain things, like if you tracked your food in the free encouragement group, if you exercised, you needed to comment on this one thread that we had in the free encouragement group. Y'all not only showed up and showed out, we had that $1,000 secured, and my husband and I are donating it. Nobody paid for it. We're making that donation. We had that secured. Literally, it was, I think, in like 30 hours. It wasn't even like a day and a half. It was like right after a full 24 hours. I was blown away. So anyways, we are making that donation. We are making that donation here in the next, I said by the end of the month, by the end of July, but we'll be making that donation for Miss Winnie, and she's actually going to be coming to our house to foster her in the upcoming week and a half. We got to make sure Mr. Freddie, Hinge-Pin is on Mr. Freddie, our other rescue. So that's the $1,000 giveaway. It's to the Great Pyrenees Animal Rescue Organization here in Virginia. And you guys did it. If you're in the free encouragement group and you did the tracking and the exercise, and you bought any of the magnesium from Bioptimizers, there are certain things that you could do to earn different, like buying the magnesium, for example, it was a $100 donation to them off of the link I had provided. Lots of cool stuff. So anyways, that was a lot of fun. And I wanted to say, we hit that goal. It's still going on. Even though we hit the goal, if you still want to be in the challenge, it's still going on until for another couple of days. And you can see it in the Countess of Shopping free encouragement group thread. And in that group, there's thousands and thousands of amazing, fabulous people. Sweet friends, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'm Countess of Shopping. Count my blessings, because life is delicious. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.